Focus. Hey, there we are. I almost missed that whole thing because Carla Marie was distracting me.
I'm sorry, I just...
With her gushy, what is that?
It's what you put on your braces when...
Gushy goo?
Yeah, and it like kind of, not hardens, but like sticks to it. It's not going to last. I can feel it, but I got a metal button in the back, and it's bothering me because I haven't been wearing my rubber bands because I'm not supposed to be wearing them right now. And tomorrow I go to the orthodontist and I get a metal bar put in my mouth.
I will say your orthodontist, Carla Marie, is like a saint because the amount of times that you mess up your the whole contraption going on in your mouth.
Dr. Ruse is a pretty good dude. But tomorrow's the day we've decided to go the metal bar route because I was wearing my rubber bands so well. Mm-hmm. That it was actually kind of like changing what he didn't want to change. Okay. So he's like, I'm just going to do the metal bar. And I'm like, are you going to see it? He's like, just don't smile big. And I was like, sir, excuse me. He's like, I know. You smile big. We'll figure it out.
How long do you have to have a metal bar in your mouth? Does it keep your mouth shut the whole time?
Like, I'm going to be like Kanye through the wire.
Yeah.
All I said was, I just don't care. Just don't let me talk weird. And he said, you'll sound the same as you did when you had the rubber band, which is fine. It'll just, hopefully, my mouth won't get cut on that thing because the bar will be there.
All right. Thank you to everyone who has, I just leaked. That's why we wear masks.
Yeah.
Which actually, hold on, in order. I know my brain's all over the place right now. Thank you to everyone who has gotten us through level 4 of the Hype Train so far. We are, 26% of the way through Hype Train level 4. So once we get through Hype Train level 5, we've got to figure out something to do.
Oh.
Because we don't have shots. We drank most of the weekend.
I am legitimately sick right now. Not like a cold, not COVID, like stomach sick from eating everything I'm not supposed to eat, which I can do in small doses, but I got like put over the edge this weekend. Yeah. And
there was a lot of eating, a lot of drinking, a lot of sun. It was a great weekend, honestly. And we were down in the Keys. If you didn't know, if you weren't following along, we were down at Elizabeth's wedding. She got married to our other good friend, David. They both worked at iHeartRadio for a long time. Elizabeth was Elvis's assistant after me. Yep. I know there was a little discussion on Elvis's show as to who was the first.
It was first is the worst.
Exactly. It's the old nursery school rhyme. First is the worst. Second is the best. Third is the one with the hairy chest, which means by default, Andrew has a hairy chest.
Even though yours is hairier.
Mine is 100. He actually told me he has 0 hair on his chest. He's like an ice cube. Just very smooth.
That's me.
I don't know. That was the first thing I could think of.
Smooth as a baby's bottom.
Smooth as an ice cube. Good morning, Fred the Mailman. Thank you for hanging out with us. We are almost 50% of the way through Hype Train level 4. Looks like we've got a minute and a half to reach that.
Yeah.
And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Oregon and Washington both lifted their mask mandates this past weekend. And that means I don't believe there are any states that currently have a mask mandate. I know Hawaii was also going to be.
They just lifted it.
They just lifted it as well, right?
Or they said they're lifting it. Either way, I don't.
Does anyone know if there are any states that have mask mandates anymore?
Now I can finally go to Hawaii.
That's what was keeping you back? That was what was holding you back? Thank you, Mergen, for the 100 bits. Thank you, Lisa, for the additional gifted sub. Let's see. Jen again with another sub. Thank you. That gets us almost through Hype Train level 4 to restart the timer once we get to Hype Train level 5. Yeah, I don't think there are any more states now that have a mask mandate, although the federal government did extend the airplane mask mandate through April 18th, I want to say, is the date.
As long as it's like as much of it is very annoying to wear a mask on a plane because it's an extended period of time. You already feel closed in. However, like...
Oh, Hawaii is until the 25th. Okay, thank you very much, Brian.
But like, I feel as if there's a lot of germs on the airplane.
Well, and we've said it before. I would not be surprised if I saw people wearing masks on planes for a long time. I might do it.
Well, and a lot of times you're traveling somewhere and don't want to show up sick.
Mm-hmm. Oh, let's see. Today might be the first day. Yep, today is the first day in 2 months. We did not get to Hype Train level 5.
We have nothing to offer for you.
And I'm not saying that to guilt anyone. That just ends our streak, which means tomorrow we've got to start another streak.
It's fine.
Tomorrow we'll rip 8 shots if we get there.
No, we will not. I might have to do no alcohol.
Masks on a plane are worse than snakes on a plane, says Fred the Mailman. I will say, they're obviously, like, masks, and I was all for mask mandates. They are annoying, right? I think you can agree with both. You can say they're annoying. I also understand why they're important. On planes, I mean, I'm flying a lot in the next, I don't know. I have been flying a lot. I will be flying a lot. I'll keep them on until they
obviously
tell me I don't have to. And even after that, I think if I'm not eating, I'll keep it on for a little bit.
I don't know anymore.
You don't know? Are you giving up on it?
Yeah, because I struggled when we were coming here. I was like, I can't freaking breathe. I was trying to sleep. It's harder when you're trying to sleep.
Yes.
I think that's it. But also it was keeping my nose warm.
That's true. My main problem with masks on a plane is I couldn't use like a conditioning face mask.
Actually, I'll take that back.
You know?
I think I'll wear it on the plane, but not around the airport if I don't have to.
I would actually say it's probably the reverse is probably like a safer option.
More people around you in the airport.
Yeah, but you're crossing paths with more people. Once you're on the plane, you've got your 4 or 5 people in your immediate area.
And they're always hacking up along.
Yeah. I guess I'll just keep it in my pocket. And if I got like a Sneezy McSneester next to me or a Coffee McCoffster, then I'll put it on. Either way, they are dropping around the country. I think according to our chat, Hawaii is the only state with a mask mandate left, and that's for another 11 days.
And then in China, they're going back into lockdown because their cases are back to where they were in 2020.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, if I walk down an aisle on a plane and I see someone wearing a mask, I'm going to say, okay. Like, it's not going to bother me if other people are wearing a mask. Because there are people who'll be like, oh, you don't need to wear that mask. Take it off.
You mean like Governor Ron DeSantis?
Yeah, that was weird because he was yelling at like a high school kid, wasn't he? Mm-hmm. Something like that.
Do you think he's going to make us stay here and kidnap us?
And the other thing I will say, and a lot of different outlets are trying to remind people of the same thing. Even though states have reduced or taken away mask mandates, businesses are allowed to still require it if you enter the business.
The same way they can tell you to wear shoes.
And here's what you have. Here are your options. You cannot go to that business if you really don't want to wear a mask, or you can wear a mask, right? Those are your options. The people that you are most likely going to get angry at and yell at don't make enough to deal with your attitude. They're probably not the decision makers. If you don't want to wear a mask, don't go into that business. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Like that's your freedom. You can do whatever you want. What else do we have here in the chat? Oh, you know what? We're still on the money shot. I got to pull up the main scene now. So here's what we got on the list. Hype train streak. We did not complete that today, but we will get back at that tomorrow. And Kat Marie is back at it again.
Sure is.
So explain the whole Kat Marie thing from this weekend, Carla.
You want me to explain it?
Yeah, I think you would do a better job than I would.
So we arrive into the Florida Keys on Thursday night after staying in Fort Lauderdale, and we picked up our friend Colby and Andrew from the airport, and we're driving, and we get to the first grocery store, which is called Winn-Dixie, and we're like, all right, let's go into the grocery store before we get to the Airbnb, get some snacks, some drinks, whatever. And we're driving into the parking lot, which we went in a certain way because Anthony missed the original exit. And
you're welcome.
There's a little wooded area, and I see like a 4-month-old cat, maybe 5. A little guy, and he's just looking at us. And I roll down the window, and I was like, hi, little dude, are you hungry? And then I see another one down the road. And I'm like, I'm getting 2 cans of cat food and some treats, and that's it, okay? So we do our shopping. On the way out, I have them drop me like right in that area. They all stay in the car because there were so many groceries and so much luggage, like no one could move. So I open a can and put it down. Open the other can and put it down. And then a total of 10 cats showed up.
They all came out of the wooded area behind the dumpster, over the building. It was insane.
And I'd say they all looked the same age. There were about 2 that could have been the mom and dad. But they were cute. They all looked super healthy, skinny, but not like malnourished. They were feral cats.
Yeah.
And I just could not. Just could not.
Real quick, shout out to Texas Chris and his girlfriend Leia, who is watching for the first time. Leia, for the first time. So, hello.
So, I then finally get in the car. Andrew was yelling at me because he needed to do work or whatever.
And here's one of the problems. As nice as Carla Marie is to cats and considerate as she is to cats, she was not considerate of anyone else's time.
I don't
because
care.
As we were getting into the Keys, we all had mentioned how we have a lot of work to do. We had the podcast we still had to finish for the next morning. And Carla Marie spent a solid 35 minutes outside of the car chasing and feeding cats.
It wasn't that long.
It was.
So I started doing some research on rescues. I called one rescue the next morning, and they were like, oh, yeah, the Winn-Dixie cats, we know about them. We're only going to spay and neuter them. They do trap and release here, which is where they get spayed and neutered and get released back into the wild. And this way they can't reproduce.
Yeah.
And she's like, if the grocery store agrees to take care of them, we will spay and neuter them. And I'm like, what? Like, you can't, first of all, you can't ask a grocery store to be
You could ask.
Whatever. So basically it was a dead end. I was super bummed. And then I was like, let me call this other one. And I called, and Susie answered the phone. And I was like, hi, Susie. I found these 10 cats. She's like, oh, the Winn-Dixie cats. I'm like.
So everyone knows about them.
She said, yeah, we're actually doing a clinic today. We do it every few weeks, but today is one of our clinic days. And we're actually trapping them today. They will get spayed and neutered, taken care of, and then released back into the wild. She said they're feral cats. They're good for the island. They're great for the rodent, controlling the rodent, issues, and that people on the island feed them. And I'm like, okay.
It's nice.
And we talked a little bit. I was like, I work at a rescue in Seattle, or with the rescue in Seattle. She's like, oh my God, we're all out here just trying to help the animals. I was like, thank you for what you do. That was Marvelous Pet Rescue. I'll put their information here so you guys can just check them out. And
it's called Marvelous Pet Rescue?
It's 2 hours, yeah. And then we were at a bar that night where the wedding pre-party was, and there was a cat. And I was chasing the cat around the whole night.
But this was like the bar cat. It hung out there. It was taken care of.
Yes.
That's where its home was.
So wait, I start talking about how I saw cats, blah, blah, and the bartender said, oh, there used to be a man who lived under the bridge over there, and he would feed the cats every day.
Under where? Oh, by the Winn-Dixie?
And I said, I think that's going to be my new home.
Where is the man now? Do we know? He's gone?
They probably ate him.
The cats probably ate him. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we were in Key West. Key Largo. We didn't get all the way down to Key West because that's actually, I didn't realize how far you have to drive to get to Key West. It's from Key Largo to Key West is still over an hour, right?
It was almost 2.
That's crazy.
And it's 2-lane highway.
Yeah, on the way back from Key Largo, we did got stuck in some traffic because there's really just one lane for a really long time. That's all you got. Did you sing Kokomo all weekend? We did sing it a lot on the way down. We found a Baha Men cover of Kokomo. And obviously the original, was it Beach Boys? Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. Sky Michaela. I don't know how to pronounce that.
All I know is...
Thank you for the subscription.
I'm getting closer and closer to deciding to have my own cat sanctuary. Because I was like, what? I know Alaska Airlines flies cats for free for rescuing purposes, right? So I was like, what if I get enough? I buy enough cages and I put them in carriers and I get them back to Motley Zoo, and then we find these guys' homes.
Where are we going to buy these cages?
I don't know, at the cage store.
The cage store?
Put them in a little crab cage.
So not only did Carla Marie spend a lot of time helping those cats and calling rescues and making sure they're okay, the rest of the weekend, Carla Marie spent asking everyone if they were thinking about the cats. I'm not exaggerating. I would say every 3 hours or so, whether it was myself, whether it was Andrew, whether it was our friend Colby who was staying with us.
Colby apparently,
or
her
Erica,
family rescues cats.
Or Erica. I would just randomly hear Carla Marie saying, do you think the Winn-Dixie cats are okay? Do you think they miss me? Do you think I should go there and feed more? It was all weekend. And then when Carla Marie found another cat person at the wedding, there was always going to be a good 45-minute long discussion, which I even got roped into after the wedding. The groom's sister had brought her cat down for the weekend, and it was between me, Carla Marie, the groom's mom, and the groom's sister, a solid 40-minute conversation just about cats. Mm-hmm. That's all it was.
I'm slowly really getting into the cat world.
Slowly?
No,
you're in it. You're
the
fully
bigger
in
cat
it.
world, because Kitten Lady on Instagram, she has over 1 million followers, reached out to me and asked me if she could send me her new book.
Who is this?
Kitten Lady.
Her Instagram is Kitten Lady.
Kitten X Lady, and she saves all the babies.
Rescue Marie's superhero. That's what you are. Let's see.
What would I call my cat sanctuary? Carla Marie's
Rescue Marie?
Small cat rescue.
That's. Oh man, I'm
Nicole's
like that with rabbits. Says Nicole in Southwest Florida.
We all have our kinks.
I feel like we've got a lot of Florida in the house today. Maybe because we are live from Florida and like our internet is stronger and connects to people.
That's what I'm saying.
That way. By the way, it seems like, and I know I'm going to jinx it now. It seems like our internet is holding up.
Why would you say that?
How are you guys seeing everything? Is it glitchy? Is it screwed up at all? Mr. Miami Cool is in the house. What's going on?
What is going on?
All right, sounds and looks good to me, says Jen and Lisa. All right, cool. That's good to know. Moving on now.
Clear as day. I look like butt.
Huh?
I don't want to be clear as day.
I'm dressed like this right now. Now, if you'll notice, I've got this sweet seafoam. Is this seafoam green?
It's a little brighter. Although we have been thinking that we need a You Look Great line with this color, this color.
This is a souvenir Key Largo Island Life hoodie. I have a matching one with Andrew from Elvis's show. We are now hoodie buddies. And the reason we have these is because the wedding over the weekend was on the beach, got a little windy at night, and someone's moving furniture above us. You probably can't hear it, but it's very distracting for us. So the wedding was on the beach at a resort in Key Largo, and it got a little windy at night, so it was a little cold.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And across the street from where the wedding was a phenomenal place called
Shell World.
There we go. And explain what Shell World was, Carla.
I mean, they sell actually way more than shells. They literally sell everything. Very chuggy, but beach chuggy, which is like more acceptable than mainland chuggy, if you will.
Well, you have to explain what chuggy is, too, for people who don't know.
Lots of signs that had cheesy beach phrases on it.
Yeah.
But there
like
was
island life, on island time now.
Yeah. Lots of that kind of stuff. But they had cool things. They had like a bunch of brewmate containers.
Life is a beach.
Yeah, all that stuff. But there was a clothing section, a bathing suit section, like all the things.
And I was saying all the weekend, that doesn't make sense. All weekend long, I'm an island boy. Mm-hmm. I was saying that all weekend long, especially when I put this hoodie on.
What is that from?
Island boy? The Island Boys.
Oh.
Because I'm an island boy. Those idiots that are all tattooed and with the crazy hair. Oh, come on. Does anyone else not know the island? No, they're not.
I'll look here. Don't touch that screen.
No, I'm going to pull it up on the screen.
Oh.
You've definitely seen them.
We've talked about what chuggy means. Chuggy is like if you have a live, laugh, love sign. And no offense, if you have a live, laugh, love sign, I did not make up the word chuggy.
It's these guys.
Oh.
You know these guys. Let me download this picture real quick. I can't believe I'm downloading a picture of these idiots. Save image.
Fred the mailman said the Island Boys look like COVID in human form.
Yes. And I'm just going to put it on the main screen. I'm not even going to get cute with it here.
Yeah, it has been windy since we got here because when I was laying by the pool on Wednesday, my phone almost smacked me in the face. It was so windy. And these guys look interesting. They look like Angelica from Rugrats doll, Cynthia.
It didn't download. Bastard. Save image.
They look like it's there.
Oh, there it is. What? You see it keeps going away?
Maybe it's not meant to be. Maybe you just downloaded a legit virus.
Because it's the Island Boys?
Yeah.
Probably.
One of my friends, Nick Wax said, one of my friends paid them for a cameo. I'm on Cameo, by the way. Probably way cheaper than the Island Boys.
I think Scary and Brody and Scary, they also had a cameo. It was like in one of their intros.
Huh?
On their podcast, the Brooklyn Boys?
One of their, like a cameo from someone else or of themselves?
Of the Island Boys. Okay, it's not coming up for some reason. We should do Cameo
and just buy like a bunch of like who could we get? Yeah, the Island Boys are ruining everything. Just Google them today.
Oh, here we go. Now I got it.
They look like tie-dye Q-tips, Fred said.
Here are the Island Boys. For those who don't know them. Those are the Island Boys.
Oh, my God.
And they've got like apparently a lot of money now because of their stupid video and Cameo and whatnot. Yeah, that's them. Take them off. Yeah, they're gone now. No more.
I don't even know any of these people that we could put. Like, if we could do an intro, like.
Oh, on Cameo?
Yeah.
I've looked at a couple. There's a couple good ones. Christopher Lloyd.
He was like, "You're Back to the Future."
Oh, yeah.
But that's $400.
Not worth it.
Okay. Oh, Joe Gatto, but I'll make him do it for free.
I feel like we can call Joe Gatto.
Oh, the Island Boys, $200.
Not worth it. Brody and Scary must be making a lot of money on their podcast because I don't think $200 is worth the Island Boys.
Fran Drescher, $800. You can suck it, lady.
Where do these artists and celebrities get off asking for $800?
Mine is $15.99.
When was the last time Fran Drescher had like a...
Well, she's in charge. She's the president of SAG.
Yeah, no, I get that. But when was the last time she was in like the public eye with a role? Did she do anything other than Friends? No, she didn't do Friends. She did
The Nanny.
The Nanny.
Mm-hmm.
What else did Fran Drescher do?
I don't know.
I know there's a lot of wrestlers that are on there that are pretty like current actually.
Riff Raff?
Like what is Riff Raff charging?
$89.
Oh, that's actually pretty acceptable. But whatever. All right, stop looking through that. Wait, Fran Drescher is a gay icon? That's according to the chat.
Yeah.
Is she gay?
No, her ex-husband is.
I'm confused.
She was
then why is she a gay icon?
I don't know.
Someone's got to explain that to me.
Her voice, man.
Chris does bring up a good point. He said if someone is willing to pay, they can charge whatever they want, which is 100% true. I also do think you've got to make it, if you have Cameo, you've got to make it a price that is actually going to turn some people away. Now, that doesn't make sense if you're trying to make money.
Do you think someone's going to be like, oh, $15.99 for Carla Marie? Never.
Yes, I think someone will say that. But I think you have to charge enough where you're not doing every single person who wants a Cameo, because then you're not going to have it's going to take you a lot of time to get that done.
Turn them down.
So there's got to be like a barrier a little bit. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. You also like it's automatically turned on, but it's like $1 to message someone.
Do you have that on?
It's automatic. Like it's turned on, and you can turn it off if you want.
One message is $1.
Something like that.
And then if I message you back and you want to respond to my message, it's another $1. Let's see. Well, a lot of people are saying Fran Drescher is an icon in the gay community. I had no idea. The gays love her, according to Jen. Was that Jen G? Texas Chris says she's also an icon in the gay community or the Jewish community.
That makes sense.
But here's what doesn't make sense to me. Someone, I can't see the message now, but they said she's on the level of like
Cher,
Celine and Cher and Lady Gaga.
She just doesn't perform, so she doesn't have that glitz and glam about it. Like when
I understand all three of those because they like Robin even.
But it's different
because they have bangers that are like huge in the gay.
And that's why when you're an actor, you're there's a different level of stardom and obsession for actors versus performers, right? Like you get to see these artists perform in real life, right? You get to feel a vibe. An actor normally is playing not themselves on a screen. Mm-hmm. They're so far removed from you. So that's why when you have like the Chers, the Gagas of the world, they seem, I guess, almost more touchable or more like not relatable, but obtainable in a way. And you know the real them most times, opposed to when you see an actor on screen, right? They're acting as someone else, but an artist is singing their words, their feelings. It's such a different world.
I'm going to have to do some research as to how and why Fran Drescher became an icon in the gay community.
Well, she was married to a man who came out as gay. So I'm wondering if a lot of it came along with that.
Shouldn't the man be the icon of the gay community?
Because she still supported him. They're best friends.
And that's cool, too.
I know that because I watched the Colton show on Netflix.
The what?
The show with Colton from The Bachelor.
Okay. Why? How's Fran?
She sits down and talks to him.
I'm so confused. I didn't realize Fran Drescher was so like plugged in.
So it's worth $900, I guess, right?
I'm so confused. Okay, she's an ally. Makes sense.
But we're allies. Why aren't we as big as Fran Drescher.
I don't think I want to be an icon in any community. I just don't need that kind of pressure on me.
I will. I'm an icon in the cat community.
I don't think so. You're the lady that all the cats are like, oh,
when is
there's that lady.
CatCon?
There's a thing called CatCon. There has to be a thing called CatCon.
Oh, it's in Pasadena.
Where's Pasadena, Carla Marie?
California.
Okay.
Danny.
And when is CatCon?
CatCon?
Presented by Royal Canin.
It's in 201 days.
There's a countdown. Oh, CatCon in real life returns. I guess they did a digital one last year.
Okay, Saturday, October 1st. And
Okay.
Sunday the 2nd.
Are you going?
I mean, if they want me there.
And now, what do you do at CatCon? Are there
Me,
famous...
I would probably have a table where I sell You Look Great cat gear.
Do we have You Look Great cat
We'll
gear?
make it. It'll be exclusive to CatCon. Look at CatCon. What goes on at this thing? Exhibitors.
Oh, man. Amanda will go with you, Carla Marie.
All right.
Amanda O'Brien wants to go to CatCon as well. Oh, Tacoma Swiftie went to CatCon.
Oh! Tickets on sale soon. They're not even on sale yet. They need my help selling them, I bet.
Oh, there's a CatCon Seattle?
What?
Pre-pandemic? Yeah, it looks like it was in Seattle.
Oh, there's CatCon merch. I think they're going to need my help selling tickets. I'm going to have to reach out.
That would be fantastic if you had some sort of endorsement deal with CatCon.
I don't like this logo, but I'll take it.
Yeah, their cat looks evil.
Yeah.
It looks like from Bewitched. It's got that kind of style.
But it's okay.
Like that 70s, right? 70s style. Was Bewitched 70s?
It looks like a very gamified cat.
It looks like an I Dream of Jeannie.
I don't know, like, what shows did you watch that had all these cats on them?
No, I'm saying the style of art.
It looks like Star Wars.
That's not a Star Wars cat. Anyway. Oh, it was called Sea Meow.
Oh.
SEA space meow.
Listen.
Lots of cool cat merch, she says.
I am going to start my own CatCon.
Okay, moving on. We didn't even really talk about the wedding weekend. Oh, so I got this hoodie. We got to go all the way back now because we got into the Island Boys and to Cameo and everything. The reason we started talking about that was we got matching sweaters, all of us. Originally, I had bought the same exact style of sweater for the three girls that were in the room or in the Airbnb. So that was Carla Marie, Colby, and Erica, and then myself and Andrew. Carla Marie is now showing off that hoodie. So I went across the street, bought everyone a hoodie, came back, and as Andrew tried his on, it turns out they were like women sizing cut or whatever.
Andrew's putting it on, and I'm like, this looks kind of girly. And Andrew goes, I think this is women's, and he like couldn't get his arms through. Sure enough, Anthony bought them women's.
Yeah,
sweaters.
it was like women's cut, so it was a lot thinner.
So they went back and
we picked out these bad boys, and everyone throughout the wedding, I had a cool like Roosevelt shirt that I was wearing under it, and every single person was like, I really like that sweater. Where did you get it?
But then we had people being like, I think you need to make You Look Great merch with that color, and I was like, I also think we do. It actually is like brighter in person than on camera, but I think we need an emblem. Tones.
That was your hand that hit the microphone.
I think we need a emblem. We don't know what item to put in the middle, and
probably a cat.
Everyone says cat, but no one wants to wear. Like, there's like a select few of us that will wear a cat one. That'll be for CatCon.
Ooh, what if it was like the old school tokens for the toll, like a toll token, and instead of like whatever was punched out of it, it just says YLG, so it's like a little coin. I think that could be it. Good old toll token.
A shot glass. All right, but then it's gonna look like a full blown Jersey Shore.
Yeah, that's true. We'll put a hibiscus flower on there as well.
Oh, like my
or
tattoo.
hibiscus.
That's where my tattoo is.
Yeah, exactly. It's Jersey Shore. Oh, the plus sign could work if we do like a cool plus sign. Mm-hmm. We'll figure it out.
But
the wedding was probably the smallest wedding in terms of like. You think there were less people at Mike D's wedding? Mm-hmm. So one of the smaller weddings I've been to then. On the beach, beautiful. They had like an acoustic band and a cover band playing kind of the whole time. It was a really, really fun wedding. And I think the interesting thing about smaller weddings is you have longer conversations with people you probably haven't seen in a long time. And it was cool being able to catch up with a lot of the people.
And it wasn't like, because we weren't inside, it wasn't as loud.
That's very true. Yeah, having a discussion was a lot easier there than in a wedding hall with, a DJ and stuff. Although I will say it's interesting because we had to, I didn't move anything. The wedding had to move from being right on the beach to a little further away because right on the beach, the waves were coming in a little harder because of the storm.
Was 30 miles per hour.
So I don't know. I think even though that's the only outdoor wedding I've been to where like something happened with the weather, thankfully to all the other weddings I've been to, they were fine. But even the outdoor weddings I've been to in the summer, they're so damn hot. And as a guy, you're usually in a suit. Like, so you're wearing a crap ton of layers. I really think I am now team indoor wedding. Like, no matter what, team indoor wedding. Okay. I think. What?
That's cool.
Why? Are you not?
I am team garden wedding. So.
Garden wedding?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Google it.
No.
They're gorgeous.
Just tell me what it is.
It's gorgeous. There's greenery around, and you're in a garden.
What if you just put all that greenery inside?
Stop it. It's not the same.
I think it is.
You can turn it into a greenhouse if it rains.
Angela in Spokane said she is team beach wedding. Let's see. I saw reports of water spouts in Florida by Fort Myers. What are water spouts?
Like when it's like a little tornado in the water.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, probably not to be in, but.
I literally.
Also, indoor wedding because no bugs.
Did you see a single bug this weekend?
No.
Okay.
Although I did have a bug bite on my leg. I don't know where the hell that came from.
Oh, there was a little bug crawling around the Airbnb yesterday, but I let him live because we weren't sleeping there another day.
Oh, I actually didn't tell you. When I was putting my laundry away the first day, I saw a huge spider that ran under one of the dressers, and I was like, I'm just going to ignore this.
You're fucking with me.
No, I swear to God, I'm not.
Tones!
You're gone. You're fine. See how that works?
That's what bit you.
Maybe.
How huge? What color? Brown
It was
recluse?
probably the size of like a $50.
Was it a brown recluse?
I don't know.
It was. Do you know what they look like?
No, I don't.
If you ever see one of these.
What is a brown recluse?
They bite you and then your skin falls off and you die.
Sounds like they don't like being around people. No, it wasn't like that.
Oh, I can't even look at.
I know, it wasn't that.
Do you know what happened?
You got to move over this way. You're leaning too far over.
I can't. There's a whole chair here.
Well, just lean and move your microphone. There you go. There you go. We have them in Washington?
Yeah.
Brown recluses? I had no idea.
Have you ever seen what happens when they bite you? Look. Look. And then your skin comes off.
Why are you looking at that?
And your bone becomes exposed.
First off, close that. And I'm going to tell you something that Carla Marie does a lot. I'm sure other people do it too. Yesterday, Carla Marie was not feeling well. I was finishing up some stuff for like the production of this morning's morning show podcast and the game we're playing later. And I look over, it's pretty late, and Carla Marie is still not sleeping, and she looks very sad. And I was like, are you still not feeling good? Like, can I do anything? Can I get you anything? And
I don't want to think about it anymore.
And she says, no, I was just watching a really sad cat video. And I was like, you were watching that before you went to sleep? Just go to bed.
No, I've been so sad about it ever since.
Then I went to the bathroom, I got ready for bed, and she was still watching sad cat videos.
No, it wasn't sad anymore. It was about a cat named Petal.
What was Petal's story?
Okay, so Petal lived in a cat colony, very much like the cats here.
Okay.
And apparently, for 2 years, she had just been, like, bleeding. And the people that, like, overlooked the colony were like, oh, we just thought she was going to die. Like, unfortunately, like, yes, these people are great because they take care of these cats, but they don't love them like their own. And they still, like, oh, they're wild animals and they need to fend for themselves. But Petal lived for 2 years. And then the neighbor down the street was like, hey, I saw this cat was bleeding. Like, she was the one that originally took in all these cats to get them spayed and neutered.
Okay.
Spayed and neutered. She's like, we took in Petal. She was covered in feces and blood. And they gave her a bath. And they found she had a hole in her stomach, which meant...
Like straight through?
Which meant, and when they gave her a bath, her intestines basically came out. And every time that she would eat, essentially her poop would just come out of the hole in her stomach. Jeez. And for 2 years, this cat lived like that. And finally, they got her to the vet, and they were like, she's not, like, we need to put her down.
Okay.
And they had to put Petal down, obviously. But that wasn't even the sad part. Like, she's out of misery. For 2 years, this cat lived outside, basically. Like, they said it's amazing that she lived that long.
Well, you just ruined everyone's day.
Right. I know. This is why you need to spay and neuter your pets. Stop buying pets. And I don't care if you hate me, never talk to me again for that. And take care of your animals and animals around you. I was literally crying last night.
Thank you for ruining everyone's day.
This is the sad reality.
Wait, there was something in here. Oh, Vicky Vet said, I found a palmetto bug at the foot of my bed at a hotel in Florida once after I was already sleeping in it. What is that a thing? Like a palmetto bug?
I don't know if that makes
Are those dangerous? Are they poisonous?
Fred just said it's almost spider in the mailbox season. I would literally quit my job. Imagine every time you had to be like walking up to a house, got to open the mailbox, wonder if there's one in there.
Yeah, but you just put the mail in and you walk away. It's not like you're like digging around in there, are you? I don't know. I feel like it's pretty easy to avoid the spiders in the mailbox.
Martha just said, please don't talk about bugs.
Oh, palmetto bugs are Florida's term for cockroaches.
And they fly.
What? Palmettos are the worst.
And then you got those freaking spiders that are all over New Jersey apparently this summer. They don't bite because apparently their teeth can't sink into human skin.
Martha, I agree with you. I think we should stop talking about bugs. I think we're done with bugs for the moment. Are you okay with being done with bugs, Carla Marie?
I'm okay with being done with bugs.
What else is here? Oh, next thing on the list, we kind of breezed through. Breezed through?
Bros.
You know, bros through, right? That's what I was, we got through all the wedding stuff. It was a fantastic time. The Airbnb we stayed at was really fun.
Yeah.
New Jersey is dancing is the next thing on the list. NCAA style. Now, New Jersey had a chance to get 4 teams into the NCAA tournament. I don't believe that has ever happened. It would have been the largest haul of New Jersey teams in the dance since 1991.
Oh, wow.
At that time, it was Rutgers, Princeton, and Seton Hall. This year, we still have 3. We got Rutgers, we got Seton Hall, we got St. Peter's, which is a school in Jersey City.
Oh.
And Princeton had the opportunity, had they won their tournament, which they were supposed to, they were favored to win. But yesterday afternoon, Princeton lost to Harvard, or to Yale. To Yale, I believe it was, in their tournament, so they are not in.
That
but
sucks.
Jersey almost had 4 teams in the tournament,
cool.
which is actually pretty huge for a tiny state.
St. Peter's plays Kentucky, so that's not going to go well.
That's not going to go too well for them. The MAC tournament, so there was always going to be a school from the MAC once they got to the finals because it was St. Peter's versus Monmouth. And Monmouth has a player from Seton Hall who transferred there and was one of their stars. St. Peter's is coached by a former Seton Hall star and a former assistant coach. So I am pulling for St. Peter's over Kentucky. They are a tough team, but Kentucky is probably going to win that game. Generally speaking, when I go through my NCAA tournament bracket, number 1 seeds and number 2 seeds, I always move on to the next round.
So Rutgers technically isn't.
Rutgers is in, they're dancing. This counts as being making the tournament, but they are in the play-in game. One of the 4 play-in games.
Okay, and they play Notre Dame, which was my ex-boyfriend's favorite team, but he also went to Rutgers, so I hope they lose.
Notre Dame is a pretty solid team. I actually do think Rutgers will win that game.
Okay, good. Then we play.
Then you play Alabama. Alabama's a tougher matchup.
Is that Roll Tide?
That is Roll Tide. I will be screaming Roll Tide
I will be
the
screaming
whole day.
at your stupid head.
And then, but the good thing, and this is going to be a little inside basketball talk, but Alabama shoots a lot of threes. The reason they're good is they shoot a lot of
So does
threes.
Gio Baker.
If they're cold, Rutgers wins. If they're hot, Alabama's going to wipe the floor with Rutgers.
And then we can
And
play.
where is that game? That's in San Diego as well, right? The Rutgers game?
So, no, the Rutgers game is in Ohio.
Well, the first one, Notre Dame and Rutgers, that's in Dayton. All the first round games are in Dayton. You will play on Wednesday. And then Rutgers, Alabama, if they do win, would be in San Diego, correct?
That's what you told me.
Yes. Can you check it? Does it say?
No.
Click on the little information thing right there. Where does it say?
San Diego.
There you go, San Diego. Now, here's the interesting thing. Seton Hall will also be playing in San Diego. And our friends, Sean and Nicole, both live there.
Both went to Seton Hall.
Both went to Seton Hall. So we could go to the game, because once you buy a ticket, I believe you're there for the whole day. And Seton Hall and Rutgers would be playing on the same day.
It's crazy.
On Friday. You would have an earlier game. We'd have a much later game. And I think that could be a fun trip.
It could be a fun trip, but I literally cannot think about traveling anywhere else right now. I want to die.
Oh, Montana State's playing in a game? That's right. They're playing against Texas Tech.
Plus, it's also $600.
Flights right now are bonkers. I mean, we got our flight here before prices went
And they
through
were
the roof.
still high.
And they were still pretty high, yes. Let's see.
But we need to figure out, are we going to do a Carla Marie and Anthony show bracket?
I think we could. I think we can set one up and maybe have it. The playing games won't matter, so you'll have to have your teams in by Thursday morning. And we could do it just a free one for fun.
Okay.
We don't have to make it a thing, but we could use CBS or ESPN, whatever.
Which is better?
I don't know. They're all the same crap. I know ESPN has the app that's actually pretty easy to use.
I know. Our friend Mike works for CBS, so we'll use CBS.
Okay. Are you looking it up? Do they have a cool app?
I don't know.
We got to look that up.
No one wants to download apps anymore.
Let's see. Someone said, where was it? I want to say it was Dana on Long Island. I'm happy for you. Oh, there, skipped again. God, it's so hard to keep up with this sometimes. I'm happy for you that your teams are moving on, but I loathe March Madness. It makes my job hectic for the next few weeks. How does March Madness impact your job? I don't remember what you do.
Dana on Long Island went to 90s Con this weekend.
That sounds fun.
It looked awesome. Not as cool as CatCon is going to be. I can't wait to email them and be like, hi, CatCon. Do you need a host? Because, like, no offense, a lot of people in the cat world probably don't have the best stage presence.
I disagree. I think a lot of the people that started those accounts know exactly what they're doing and they know how to communicate properly.
Yeah.
Got a lot of Jersey love in here. Let's see. I extremely dislike March Madness as well, says Megs 1119. Scotty said he's missing almost the whole show, but Scotty, I believe you subscribe to the channel, so you're fine because you can watch on demand later. I will say
we're behind on YouTube.
We're behind on YouTube mainly because the internet down here is so slow that trying to download,
everywhere,
edit, and then upload a video would take literally hours, and we're not in the same place for that long to do that.
So then I guess Florida's off our list of places to move to.
Well, no, because we're in hotels. I'm sure other people, when you have a home,
I don't know, the whole Key Largo West Island lost internet.
So try that sentence again.
The whole island.
There you go. For a little bit it did. Let's see. 90s Con was great. If they do it again next year, everyone should go. I'm assuming that's supposed to be next year, not next week.
Maybe they need us to host.
I'm still trying to figure out what Dana in Long Island does and how it's impacted by
March Madness.
I
think I'm going to send out a newsletter tomorrow, and it'll have the bracket.
Oh, here you go. Mr. Miami Cool said my internet is fire, and he's got AT&T.
Good to know.
So I think Florida has internet, Carla. I think
right.
you're okay. No, and that's one of the problems. We have developed what we do, both Twitch and the podcast, to be done while we are traveling.
Yeah. The
only issue we run into really is when we travel, the internet in hotels usually isn't great. Some of them you can pay for a higher.
Most don't have it.
Internet. I think Hilton does. That's what we were using.
We're gonna get a cube.
We are hoping to get something from T-Mobile, like a little hotspot thing that would be 5G, and hopefully that will help us travel a little more. Mm-hmm. But everything we've kind of like planned, everything that we use, all the gear that we have for the show, to be mobile. Oh, here we go. Dana in Long Island. I work for CBS and I schedule the programming. So I have to schedule all the commercials and promos for the games across 4 networks. That does seem unbelievably tedious and difficult. So I totally understand why you would hate March Madness. But at the same time, I know that CBS uses March Madness to promote a lot of their other products. And I think other than Impractical Jokers, it's the biggest thing that True TV has.
Oh, yeah.
Because some of the games, I know Seton Hall's night game on Friday will be on True TV.
Rutgers, too.
Rutgers, they're on True TV as well?
You told me that.
Yeah, I think so. And then you have main CBS, CBS Sports, True TV, and there's another channel. Right? What's the fourth channel that games can be on? I'm sure Dana in Long Island would know. I wonder if Dana in Long Island, or on Long Island, and Mike in Florida know each other because they both work for CBS.
We'll find out. Oh, TNT is the other one.
Oh, TNT. TBS and TNT. Thank you very much.
Anything else for today?
Why, are you trying to wrap it up?
Yes.
Why?
Because we have to record something at noon and I need a break in between.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to have, if you could live anywhere.
Okay, we could do that.
Where would you go? Because as we travel more, and especially being here in Florida during this part of the year, where the weather is phenomenal. It's not hurricane season. It's not 100 degrees and humid. It's been beautiful. Even when it got windy, it was still a gorgeous day. Every time I travel, I think to myself, could I live here? And I think I could live in Florida. I know so many people here. I've got family here.
Yes.
It's got an East Coast vibe.
Last night we have been thrown into the East Coast, and we went to just try to go to a restaurant last night, and just witnessing people and the way they act. Part of me wanted to be like, you are out of control. The other part of me was like, oh, it's so nice to be home.
Well, it's East Coast, so it's very similar to the way that we would communicate in New York or New Jersey. Yeah. It's just a little more wild because it's Florida. Mm-hmm. A lot of people, let's see, I saw San Francisco, San Diego. California's expensive, man.
Listen, first of all, I'm not going anywhere because my mortgage is controlled and the price isn't going up. So I'm sticking there until shit calms down. That's for one. So this is just, for me, it's a lot of like fantasy. Where could I move? Where could I live? I love Florida. However, this place is not how I like things run.
Well, and Florida gets a bad rap, obviously, because all the crazy stories come out of Florida. Florida's always in the political scene because it is a swing state.
Can't say gay here.
I just think that Florida gets a bad rap because it's easy to make fun of Florida. I still think Florida's a great place, and I think I could live here.
I don't want to live in a state that is possibly going to outlaw abortion.
That's
like
also
I'm not.
true. Yeah.
I'm not giving any money to any state that is going to do that.
Let's see. The Kimmy Cam says Florida deserves its bad rap,
but it's gorgeous here, and I think it's a great time, and I enjoy like visiting and stuff. But I don't know that I could live in a state like that.
Nick Wax says, "Is it a bad rap or a bad rep?" I always thought it was bad rap.
I think it.
Is it both?
I feel like I recently looked this up, and I was like, "Oh, it's rap."
Like,
bad rap is the original phrase meaning a bad or undeserved reputation. Bad rep, which contains the literal shortening of reputation, has historically been interpreted as a spelling error, but has been seen enough usage to merit entry. Bad rap, W-R-A-P, is considered wrong.
Okay, I wasn't saying rap like W. I was saying rap like R-A-P.
Yeah, apparently it's rap.
So it's but people have used rep enough that it is now included, and you can use them interchangeably.
Bad rep is the misspelling of the phrase bad rap.
But I said,
yeah, I know.
And that's one of the things I do love about like learning about language in general is there are people who are very particular about the way that you say things, spell things, or grammatically use things. And there's a whole nother school that's like, well, as long as it is understood, then it is proper language, right? Like if I just made up something random, I was like, oh, they've got a bad turkey. I don't know. That wouldn't be part of language because no one knows what I mean. But if I said a bad rap or a bad rep, that would both be correct in our American lexicon because we all know what I meant.
Right. So thank you, Jane. It's the waffle debate all over again. When I said Belgium waffle, you knew what I was talking about. So you didn't have to. Thank you, Jane.
I don't know about that.
No.
I don't know about that.
Semantics are important to me, so I will forever shame you for saying the wrong thing.
Semantics are important to you?
Yeah.
So then if the semantics are important to you, then you should have cared about whether it was Belgian or Belgium.
I did care. I was just telling you that it's Belgium, not Belgian.
Oh, man. Well, let's see. This is Jill. I don't know how to change my name, but I'd love to live in the Maine, Vermont area or anywhere but where I'm at right now.
Where are you at right now?
Let's see. So bad rep or bad rap, you can use either one, but I guess the technical correct one is bad rap. Mm-hmm. And I think Florida does get a bad rap. Some of it is deserved, but also
it's a big state.
It's a very big state. It's a very big state, and people are outside all the time because the weather's good. Like in Seattle, you got to remember, like we don't have as many crazy stories because people are just inside from November to April.
That's not true because people still go sit in breweries when it's raining.
Yeah, but we're not just outside all day.
Yeah. But you would think being outside all day in the sun would actually put you in a good mood and not make you just eat people's faces.
No, it makes you delirious because you're out in the sun all day.
I guess that's true.
Like sun poisoning and stuff. Let's see. It's a good place to vacation and a good place to leave, says Martha. Oh, so Jill is in Nebraska in a small town, and there's absolutely nothing to do.
It's fair.
And part of me does want... I almost dropped this. Part of me does think like I'd maybe move to somewhere where no one's around me, but I also think I'd go nuts because
the answer is having several properties.
Well, you got to make some more money, homie.
I can't. When I go to CatCon, they're going to pay me so much money.
Yeah, for what?
to be there.
How much money do you think they probably actually make a whole ton of money at CatCon? Jersey Quinn says Miami has good weed, but isn't good weed like available almost everywhere in America now?
Yeah.
Like legally.
Is it legal here? There's no way.
I don't know. Someone in Florida, let me know.
I did
Is
see
weed
a cannabis,
legal?
but it was like a medical cannabis.
Is weed legal, like as legal as it can possibly be in the state of Florida? Martha says Kansas is small but glorious. Oh, it's
medical only.
Medicinally, it is legal here. I feel like they got to make it legal at some point in Florida.
There's absolutely no way they're going to.
Why?
Because they like stupid rules here. Although I guess Florida Republican is different than like stuffy Republican.
Oh, because they're like wild down here?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I have mixed feelings about where I'd move to. Tacoma is very different than Federal Way, says created by Cooper. Jess from Minnesota, I just want to move somewhere with decent weather. Oof, it's between negative 40 and 100 in Minnesota. And that is the crazy thing about Minnesota is you'll get super, super hot, humid summers and super, super cold,
and here's the thing,
frigid winters.
Give it a few more years and everyone's weather is going to be the same all the time.
No, it's just going to get worse where it's bad. It's just going to get worse all over, basically. Let's see. Yeah, Oklahoma's got legal weed. So I don't think it's necessarily even whether or not your state leans more conservative or liberal, because so many states now have legalized marijuana. Now, keep in mind, when you say legalized marijuana, what it means is this state will not spend resources to arrest you for it, because it's still federally illegal.
Right.
Which is why oftentimes marijuana dispensaries can't use credit cards because banks will not allow you to make those transactions for a federally illegal action.
It's wild.
Which is also why they get held up so much, is because criminals know that there's a crap ton of cash in a dispensary.
But yeah, company like created by Cooper, what I was saying is, states are like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah.
And it's true. There's so much tax money to be made there.
And maybe Florida's at a point because they still make so much with tourism that they don't need to worry about weed tax money. But it's a lot of tax money that comes in. I think we're done, right?
Start talking about tax money, the show's got to be over.
Let's see. Yeah, they won't arrest you for it, but they will tax you for the sale. Whatever. Exactly. Tourism is our number one money income. All right. Well, again, guys, thank you very much for hanging out with us. It's a slightly shorter show because we do have to record something before we get kicked out of this hotel in about an hour.
Florida people, reach out to us and tell us why we should move here.
Yeah.
And where.
I won't take much convincing.
Yo, you don't have a uterus.
I don't. I had one once. It was a fun time.
And you had a hysterectomy?
No, I don't know. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. We will be back tomorrow, back in Seattle, back with regular internet, so hopefully it won't buffer or anything like that. If you have not done so yet, you can type in !! and the word podcast. That will give you the link to Carla Marie's link in bio, which then will take you to either Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And do you have other links in there or just those two right now?
You think I have Google Podcasts? iHeart maybe?
Either way, whatever podcast service you use, type in The Morning Show Podcast. If it doesn't come up right away, you can then start typing in Carla Marie and Anthony. And if you still can't find it, message us and we will send you the link or find out how we can get on that podcast platform.
Okay, so Jordan Puyallup said the Palm Coast, Florida. We can go to Palm Coast and do podcasts.
The Palmcast?
Like we do well, that's already a thing.
They own that.
Sandals.
Yeah. Which if you've never been to a Sandals, definitely check that out because it's a lot of info about why you should go. Anything else, Carla Marie, before we get out of here?
Nah. Peace out, Cub Scouts.
Peace out. Thank you.